there wouldn't be a music scene if it wasn't for Maverick. Like literally, there would be no touring bands that would come into Fort Frances. There would just be no momentum.
Maverick Judson did a lot of it. He really, pretty much I'm just following in his footsteps, and I kind of like asked him some stuff to do, and he gave me some tips. Maverick Judson, that's the name. Just thought I'd repeat that.
I have an Enrique Iglesias impression. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Don't turn off the light. That's it. That's the whole thing.
A lot of people don't know very much about the Fort Frances music scene, but for the last few years, bands traveling from as far west as Vancouver have stopped at places like the Ukrainian and East End halls to play shows for local crowds. This can only be credited to one person, Maverick Judson. A lot of people in the area know Maverick, whether it's on stage for a Fort Frances High School production, on the big screen, in his starring role as James in the locally produced film The Show, or from his online Facebook group which showcases his songwriting and production skills. And of course, people know Maverick as the guy renting a hall and bringing in indie bands to Fort Frances.
My first show was for this band called Disgust. They're friends with Steve Vargas, who's also from emo, and he just asked me if I wanted to do it and if I was interested. I was game. Like, I had a PA, like I didn't have much gear or anything, so I just kind of started doing it for them as a favor, and then it turned into this, I don't know, I like doing it, it's fun.
Tonight's show will be the last concert Maverick promotes in Fort Frances. Maverick has been accepted into a music program at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario, the next step in his music career. Maverick is a pioneer for the music scene in Fort Frances, and although he admits the scene in the area isn't what he'd like it to be, he's laid a foundation for others to build upon.
It's good to have the experience seeing the bands come in, and you learn a lot about their financial situation. You learn how they work with record labels, like small indie labels across Canada or whatever. And I don't know, it's just kind of cool to have that experience before I go to school or whatever, and find out what else I want to try to attempt to encounter.
This is Andrew George for FortFrances.tv.